Hi, everyone. This is Jackie Cooper with the Blockchain Legal Institute Legal Tech Hackathon. And I am with today our manager of our hackathon, and he's going to be sharing shortly. So for those that are new to hackathons, we want to invite you to explore our Discord, log into Dora Hacks, and reach out every day. We have people in the Discord and on Dora Hacks who can help you answer questions. So Sid, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Jackie. How are you?
I'm good. So, for those that might not know a little bit about your background, would you like to share how you got into the tech side and your role with the Legal Tech Hackathon?
Sure. So I'm Siddharth. My name is Sparrow in the Discord. I'm the community manager for the hackathon. So helping out developers in their builds for the hackathon. And my background is from information systems and blockchain as an industry. I'm really interested into it. So I've been pretty much on the tech side. So yeah, this recording is for just telling everyone about the different bounties which we have. So yeah.
So we have three different bounties. We have $32,000 in total for this first hackathon. Do you want to share a little bit more in case individuals who are hopping in don't really know about the ecosystems for Story, ICP, or Constellation?
Sure. So, sure. So let's talk about Story first. So Story is a layer one blockchain which is for tokenizing intellectual property. So basically, it empowers IP holders to protect, to store and license and monetize their IP across the internet. So this is like one of the track for the hackathon. The The next one is ICP, which is Internet Computer Protocol. So ICP, you can think of ICP as the decentralized cloud. So its aim is to like make a decentralized cloud, and it removes the needs for centralized servers that host your data. And using ICP, developers can build full stack applications that are hosted directly on the blockchain. So that makes them tamper-proof, resistant, censorship resistance, and open by default. Then we have Constellation Network is our third track, and basically it's a decentralized network using which you can build highly scalable and application for specific blockchains. So, develop using this, developers can build metagraphs or they can build subnetworks. Um, that is, they can use it for data validation and for different other use cases. And so, this is the third track which we have in the hackathon.
So I think what we'll do now, because we have just shared more about Constellation, so we're going to talk more about the bounties within Constellation. So within Constellation, they are allowing us to have $10,000 of bounties, and they are looking at reinventing the legal process, automating compliance, restoring transparency in a digital world, and leveraging the Constellation hypergraph for secure, efficient data validation at scale. And they, as you mentioned, people, hackers, and entrepreneurs build on Constellation so that way there's data integrity, there's the trustless workflows, and then massive scalability. So within this prize pool of $10,000, it's broken down into a variety of subgroups. So the subgroups of which you can then apply to submit your project, your build, is the best legal tech DApp, and that's $3,000. And those are apps that automate legal agreements, identity, and rights enforcement. And being in the legal field, I know that that's really needed. The second prize category is best reg tech tool, $3,000, compliance dashboards, real-time auditing, KYC, AML innovation. I know that's really needed because especially with all the new digital regulation going on. KYC and AML is critical on that. The next one is best use of a metagraph. That's $1,500. Technical excellence in creating custom scalable logic on L_0. And then most impactful public interest app. That's $1,000. Tools for civic transparency, open government, and digital justice. And today, in today's world, especially with various things that are going on current event wise, this is really critical whenever you're looking at public interest. And then the best solo hacker build, $500. So if you don't have a team and you're doing this by yourself, you could maybe get this awarded to the best solo developed submission. And then community favorite, which is $1,000, voted by participants and audiences, and that is for social engagement and presentation. And then, of course, there'll be bonus bounties and future ecosystem grants that may be unlocked for exceptional teams. So anything that you want to add on these projects?
So these are the ones which like are response. You can get the prices for the bounties in the hackathon. So yeah.
Okay. So one of the other things that we're going to mention is that with any of the submissions, you definitely need to look at what the requirements are. So for example, to qualify for this bounty, you have to have it be deployed or integrated on the Constellation Network. You have to use at least one of the following metagraphs, HTTP, LO standards, or the Constellation APIs. And you have to solve a problem in the legal compliance or civic governance area. And it has to be open source with a public repo, working demo, and don't forget, a 2-minute walkthrough video. You have to have this video. And so if you don't, you have to go back into your build and add that. Bounty providers and hackathon producers reserve the right to reward less than the total number of awards or the award amount allocated for this track if submission quality doesn't meet the criteria. So again, this is the Constellation bounties. Total is $10,000. Now we're going to move on over to our other bounty providers. And we are going to be looking at now the internet computer. So we have $20,000 of bounties available for that. And we are going to be looking at the various tracks for this. Basically, there are 3 areas. There's a regulation and law area. Actually, there are 2 major tracks, regulation and law, and then Bitcoin. So under the regulation and law area, it touches every corner of our society. There are 3 prizes. Best consumer-focused legal solution, $4,000 in ICP. Best B2B or legal solution, $4,000. And the second place is in either category, $2,000. So that's very exciting. Then Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin blockchain, with its strong decentralized and store of value narrative, has captured a dominant share of the financial industry's attention. And so there are a number of prizes in this category. The best use of ICP's Bitcoin integration in a consumer product, $4,000. Best use of ICP as Bitcoin infrastructure, $3,000. Second best use of ICP's Bitcoin integration in a product, $2,000. And the third best use of ICP's Bitcoin integration in a product, $1,000. So you could build a decentralized exchange for Bitcoin or ICP-based assets. Again, there's a whole list that you can look at, and there are additional resources here. Anything else that you think that we need to highlight about this bounty?
No, I think this is the highest bounty part in our 3 tracks, and I feel like ICP has like a really good use case because it's basically a decentralized cloud. So yeah, definitely looking forward to the projects in this track.
Yeah. And now, again, you always have to look at the requirements for the bounty. And for what's required in this bounty is you definitely have to have a demo video. So if you don't have a demo video in your build, you need to go back and add that. And it says demo video with code walkthrough. So that's another element that you have to be thinking about. And that's including the architectural description, if applicable, voiceover or subtitles. So again, they're giving you information that you need to include in order to score the points. A working dApp deployed on ICP mainnet with canister IDs provided. Project repo on GitHub, open source license included in the repo. And it says see, choose, the license area there. Documentation for local development and a general project description. So those are things that must be included. And then it talks about how the judging is going to happen. It's the judges are going to be looking for creativity, usefulness, functionality, presentation, completeness, demo quality, code quality, and documentation quality. Now, the list that's here is going to apply to the other bounties as well. So, remember, this is how the judges are looking for what it is that you're doing. So definitely go back, refer to this as you are creating your build and then submitting it. All right, we are going to go back over to the hackathon area right now. And story is our last for this hackathon. Remember, we're going to do this hackathon every year, but for this hackathon, story is our last bounty that we're going to be talking about, and that is $2,000, and there are 3 winners. So we have the best legal tech IP tool, which is $1,400, 2 winners, $700 each. And it's going to be awarded to the top 2 projects that implement the most powerful and unique examples of transforming the legal space by registering IP on Story's blockchain. And then they give examples. And then the second area is best dispute resolution app. That's $600, awarded to the project that best showcase Story's dispute resolution for malicious IP and or implements an IP infringement detection service. Okay, and then there will be bonus opportunities. Winner teams may be invited to co-develop with Story's ecosystem and apply for future grants. And so they give you ideas here. Project inspiration. It could be an on-chain licensing contract template. It could be decentralized fan fiction or lore submission platforms. It could be Git-like version control for collaboration IP, creator DAO with Story token revenue sharing, proof of creation timestamp tool, or IP registration bridge to legacy copyright databases, which is actually very important. My being an author, I understand that. So the requirements, again, there are always requirements, and we need to be looking at them. To qualify for the projects, they must integrate or align with Story's IP framework or mission. Code must be open source, submitted via GitHub with a working demo. Submission should explore IP, attribution, licensing, or collaborative storytelling, and provide a 1 to 2 minute pitch video explaining the project. And bounty providers and hackathon producers reserve the right to reward less than the total number of awards or the award amount allocated for this track if submission qualities don't meet the criteria. But of course, you guys are going to be doing great, so we won't even have to think about that. So we have 3 different bounty areas. A lot of different subcategories of which more than one person or one team can actually win in. So that means that you should start building. If you aren't part of the hackathon, definitely join. You have the ability to possibly win some prizes, and it's not just the prizes that you're going to be winning. You're also going to be winning and earning recognition within our social media. So definitely the entire BLI hackathon team wants to learn more about who you are, where you are, and what you're doing. Any other last minute thoughts before we, end our bounty recording?
Pretty excited to see more submissions in the builds for the 3 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking forward to the use cases as well, what the hackers will submit.
Yeah, and you actually are starting to release the build, so maybe I can go over there. We have two already released, and now the date today is August 30th. So again, we have until October 31st to submit all the builds, and we have about 22, maybe 23 builds in the background that we are still, kind of slowly releasing, but we have 2 right now that are released. and they're on two of the protocol areas. So we're really excited about that. Any other sneak peeks of what you've seen so far that are about to be released this next week?
Seen some pretty good use cases around custody of assets. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's an important use case which can leverage legal and blockchain. So excited to release that next, and in conversations with some teams too, and guiding them to improve their builds. So hopefully we'll see good, more, even more better quality.
Yeah, and the other thing that I don't want to not mention, because you're guiding and consulting with the University of Maryland's blockchain club, and then we have another blockchain club through Dartmouth and the CapTech U University. So we have different college clubs that are hopping on, creating teams, and we're excited to have them from join as well. Do you want to talk more about the college blockchain clubs?
Sure. So since now we've been like we have over 169 hackers so far in the hackathon, and we're reaching out to schools also since the academic year has started, and we're encouraging clubs to build their own teams and participate in these hackathons that will ultimately like give them more skills, give them more visibility and more exposure as well.
Sounds
So
great. All right, everyone. I know we're going to be dividing this little chat about the bounties up into different pieces to share out into our Discord and on social media. Definitely invite other friends that you know who are interested in learning about coding and hacking, because everyone has to start, from square one when you get started in our community. So it's a good time to get started. All right. I will talk to everyone later, and definitely hop onto our Dora Hacks and register and start hacking.
looking forward to it.
Bye, guys.